I remember when, I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Giving your emotions at an echo in so much space. Mm. When you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Yo, Peter, does that make me crazy? Does that
That
make
make
me
me crazy.
does that make me crazy? It says possibly, but I thought it was probably.
Oh.
Oh man,
Yo,
we are.
that one's got range on that one.
Yeah, no, I know, but guys, we just got back from Austin, Texas, so all that range is going back down. If you're like that, karaoke was a little bit of subpar. We were yapping way too much this weekend. We were yapping way too much. What happened? Started us, Peter. What happened when we got to Austin? What was the first thing we did?
Dude, I'm still kind of trying to decompress a little bit from this weekend, man. Every time we have one of these live events, I'm like just straight up cooked after, but it's such a good time. Dude, the first one on Friday when we were at that like sausage beer garden, I was already like yapping up a storm, and I turned on the way back home to the hotel. I turned to Kath and I was like, yo, shit, I think I might have just gotten close to losing my voice. And the conference hadn't even begun yet.
Oh my goodness. We first started off the day at Thursday.
Thursday,
Peter,
yeah, yeah. We got
Peter
a
and
little bit
Catherine were
early.
delayed. Christy and I were delayed, and then Daniel must have been there a day early. This
Yeah.
man was in full cowboy costume, but we went to Laurel Asian Smokehouse.
Yeah. Dude,
Quickly,
I liked it, man.
quickly,
My tummy and my butthole did not agree with it, but the food was good.
food was fire. The highlight for me personally was going to be the pork belly.
Okay.
I thought the pork belly was unbelievable.
Pork belly was really solid. I really liked their they had like this wonton chip that was kind of combined with like a salsa verde mix. It was
Ooh,
one of the appies, but yeah, that one really stuck out to me. And then all the barbecue meats was solid as
ooh,
well
no,
too.
karage was fire. The fried
Okay,
chicken
chicken karage, yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was fire. But yeah, we went into the following day, and some of you guys are obviously listening to this that have attended. Friday, you'd be like, oh, they get there a day early. They're probably just going to see the city and decompressing. No, we were fucking working on slides.
Yeah.
This is the hardest part about not doing this in ice. Like if we were just running a mastermind group, like for
Yeah.
sure, slides, all this stuff would be done. But it's like leading up to the weekend, like man, Christine and I just finished a move. We just onboarded a PT. Everyone in our team is jam packed. SDR is ripping, ads are scaling, and I was just like, I ain't got no time right now to work on slides.
Mhm.
So on the way there, finish the programs I need to do, check the emails, and I'm like, all right, wake up early, 3 hour walk with Oliver, ripped as much of the presentations as I could, met up everyone at the beer garden social, which was so dope. But what was your Friday like? Oh, Peter and I ripped some Cuban food. Christy picked some up for us, which was awesome.
Yeah, Friday was good, man. Kicked off Friday with a solid training run, and then yeah, almost shit my pants on
20
the run
mile,
around 20
20.
mile, yeah, 20 mile run around Lady Bird Lake, dude. Everyone there is so fit. I like everybody that I crossed paths with that morning, all had one of those "Go One More" BPN hats. Everyone was yoked, but yeah, kicked it off with that. And then I think I went back and took a quick nap, and then yeah, we met up for lunch, and then started cranking out some of those slides. But yeah, kind of, you guys all have to let us know, especially the participants that did go to the event. Let us know if you guys like the slides or not, because I think for us, all this information is very like prevalent, top of mind for us. So we could probably just like straight up talk to you guys about it for like an hour long. But if you guys are the attendees and you feel like, hey, the flow of the visuals on this slide is helpful, let us know. But yeah, sometimes just the process of trying to organize everything in your brain into kind of like a nice visual format and slides definitely is time consuming. But yeah, we got that done. And then yeah, went to the sausage beer garden. That was a blast. I think I I think I had like 5 different wieners on Friday night. They had like a
Hey.
sample platter. Yeah,
Oh,
big wiener guy. But yeah, it was dope, man. Yeah, it was just like seeing everybody in person was always a real treat, man. It's so funny because like we see each other every day or every week on Zoom, but then seeing other people in real life sometimes it's always just like, yo, I expected this person to be maybe a little bit taller, expect this person to be a little bit shorter. But no, it was always fun. It was fun kicking it, and man, I feel like yeah, I just like almost talked my head off on Friday.
dude, it's Friday. The place is called Bangers Sausage House and Beer Garden. It's on
Mhm.
Rainy Street. Austin people already know about the spot. It's been around for a while, but yeah, they do like the sausages. There's so many different sausages, and there's a
Yeah.
ton of space, live music. Yeah, I thought it was a great time, and I was sad that they didn't have the roasted Caesar romaine salad because they had a roasted
Oh,
grilled romaine salad. That was Caesar last time I
yeah.
went. Fresh anchovies, but yeah, and everyone seemed to have a great time.
Yeah. It was one of our mentees' birthday. So shout out Kendall. Kendall's 21st birthday. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we sang and then there was the live band. The guy with the ukulele guitar, he did a nice birthday yodely for Kendall as well too. But yeah.
Yeah, the first night was awesome. A couple of people, not Nati and his wife Emily. Emily one is probably a terrible influence. Everyone, a handful of people went out to go get tacos afterwards. Which I ain't mad about that. I ain't mad about that.
Mhm.
But first night, nothing too much to say. The funny part is like I that day I was like Peter, Catherine, and Christy were kind of feeling the stomach stuff
Mhm.
that right after. I didn't really feel it until the night.
Oh shit. Yeah.
The morning after. I didn't feel it until the night. So it was like 9 p.m. at Bangers. I'm just like, man, I am not well. So we had a 10K planned, and I was like, yeah, to my boy Chance, I was like, I gotta head back, go back to the hotel, walk Oliver, get into bed. I wake up at like 3 in the morning. I text Peter and I'm like, yo, brother, I am not going to be able to do this run tomorrow. Like, my stomach is unwell. Like, I need to save this energy. So Peter takes care of the 10K. I still end up waking up regardless because I'm like, yo, I got to figure out how to, Christy and I got to go set up the spot because I didn't realize the time constraint of the 10K run
Mhm.
for the coffee. And then Christy goes, are they going to be okay? Because it's kind of dark outside. But how was the run?
The room was good, man. Yeah, when Andy shot that text to me at like 3, I woke up at probably around like 5, 5:15, 5:30. I saw the text. I was like, holy shit, like that is not good. I think you said like a light fever or something like that. I was like, yo, hope this man's gonna be good for the whole conference, man. We still got 2 days ahead of us. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, run was good. It was actually a good bit of people that showed up, man. I think there's probably like 14 to 16 people that showed up. I was actually kind of surprised. I was like, man, like I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how many of these people are actually going to show up to actually run stuff. But no, it was a good turnout. The first half, the first like 5K was definitely in the dark. I think a couple of us had our phones out trying to just like illuminate the path. But yeah, if you guys have ever ran Lady Bird Lake before, I didn't realize like the majority of it is all like dirt paths. I thought it was going to be kind of paved like cement, but now the dirt path is good, but definitely yeah, a couple roots, a couple divots here and there. Beautiful sunrise though. I will say, like, dude, hats off to Austin for their sunrise, man. Like, probably one of the prettiest like sunrises ever. Just like no clouds at all. Very beautiful coming up. We wrapped that up. I think afterwards, half the group kind of split up. Half of them went to Discutos for coffee, but Discutos ended up not being open until 8. So they pivoted to an Audible, got some breakfast tacos after, and then the rest of us came back to the hotel. But yeah, run was solid, man. And then from there, yeah, and also too, we did not lose anybody at all. No man left behind. I think we all ended up coming out as a group, and then ended up getting back together as a group as well too. And then from there, yeah, rolled it right into the presentation. First day, man.
Yeah, the spot is called Desnudo, Desnudo.
Dio, yeah.
Yeah, we went there last time we were in Austin. It was recommended by a friend, my friend Chance that lives there, and coffee's so freaking good. But man, I keep forgetting. Like New York City, like you don't even think twice. Everything's open. Like
Yeah,
some coffee shops are open by 6 a.m., some are open by 7. But like if your coffee shop doesn't open by 7, like you're going out of business. You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's like it didn't even register that I was like, oh, they don't open till 8. Like that's that's just different, right? Like
Maybe
that's
is Texas maybe do you know this? Is Texas just naturally like a little bit slower pace of life and living?
yeah. Wait, does Nudo it says 7, but yeah, I think it's just a little bit more laid back
Way
probably.
back, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because otherwise, yeah, I mean, like 7 shit, like people are already at work and stuff, you know. It's like you gotta be open at 5 a.m. for coffee and everything. But
Yeah. Oh man. So we're getting set up, and this is like we're giving you guys the outline of what's happening in the background, so you guys don't think it's all perfect. Because I want you guys to take imperfect action. About a week before the event, I was like texting my boy Ben. I'm like, "Yo, dude, you promised me that this is gonna get sent, right? The
Mhm.
T-shirts are gonna make it." He said, "Yep, I got you, brother." He's supposed to send it to my boy Chance because the hotel was going to charge us 150. I knew Chance was going to come out for the social on Friday, so I was like, "Yo, bring the t-shirts to the social, and like I'll pay for drinks and stuff like that. Might as well kick it." Ends up not getting there, and
Yeah.
then after like Saturday, I messaged my boy Ben. I'm like, "Yo, dog, like it's Saturday. He's not even here." He goes, "It's delivered." He's go, "Oh shit, I delivered to the hotel." It's like face palm, face palm. My fault. I should have checked. But we're setting up on Saturday for Saturday morning.
Mhm.
I got the books up, all the name
The
tags,
stickers.
these stickers, all that stuff. And I'm like, man, I wish we had these freaking t-shirts. Now I'm telling you this because it's like outside looking in or inside looking out. We're like, it would be so much cooler if we had the shirts right from the get. But the attendees were like, I love that we opened the second day with more swag. Like, all right. So sometimes when you're like, this isn't actually working out the way it should, it
Uh-huh.
actually gives you insights. It's like, you know what? Maybe we'll do this in the future. So every morning feels like Christmas.
Yeah. No, it's so funny because I remember on our very first event last year in Orlando, we were just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. Like we had a bunch of shit. Like that morning, we're putting together the name tags and stuff. And so in our heads, because we had been to so many conferences and shit, we are like, dude, like what are we doing? What the hell? But same thing, like everyone had such like a good time, man. And so
Dude, the Orlando one, name
yeah,
tags happened. I think name tags literally like it was
the
Tuesday.
morning of, yeah.
Yeah, it was Tuesday that we had a meeting. We're like, fuck, we got to do name tags and we got to do some other stuff. And I'm like, oh shit.
We're slowly learning though,
Yeah.
there's just by taking action, you get a lot of insight just by going through the actual process. And so yeah, like good reminder for you guys out there, like doesn't have to be perfect. You just gotta launch it and learn through through actually doing it in and of itself.
Yeah. We started off the presentation. We training the sales team.
Yeah, SDR.
Oh man. And there's a ton of different like business groups, and then there's obviously some that are catered towards physical therapists, cash-based physical therapists. But I don't think any of them understand the scaling of a sales team and scaling the meta
Yeah.
ad stuff. So that was a great way to start off the weekend because we're kind of in like this inflection point now, 1 year in,
Mhm.
where a shit ton of people in our group now are scaling. So it was
Mhm.
cool to be able to kind of change the presentations because the first one we did was all sales, marketing, the basic rudimentary stuff. Now it's like everyone in the group is scaling. It's pretty amazing to see, and the questions I think are becoming higher level.
Yeah. It was cool because I think there were like one or two people that weren't part of GGC, but they were doing, fairly well in revenue. And they had been to, a bunch of other masterminds, PT coaching groups before in the past. And they were like, holy shit, like this SDR, like sales team stuff is like very, very insightful, super mind blowing. And I think one of them said, hey, like the main takeaway from this week is like, hey, we got to start implementing SDR type stuff. Another good thing too that I I got as a takeaway was a lot of times, I think I had like 2 or 3 people that came up to me afterwards, like, "Hey, this stuff was good," but it basically just cemented in stuff that I knew that I already need to know, or that I knew I needed to do. I think like one of them was like, "Hey, they had like an SDR that was underperforming that they had like held on to for quite a bit of time." They're like, "Yeah, like thank you for that insight in terms of like developing A-level players, separating those, and understanding hey when to let go." And then another one was like, "Yeah, I knew I needed to bring on my part time and full time. Like, thank you for like hammering that shit home." And so yeah, it's always good. I think a lot of times too, like a lot of the conferences that I'll go to, it's information that I already kind of am a little bit familiar with, but it basically just like reaffirms a lot of the decisions that I have made or am planning on making. Like, hey, you're doing the right thing. Like, just go ahead and do it.
Yeah. That one went, Peter. We only planned like an hour.
Yeah,
That
I went way too long. I was like, holy shit, I need.
30 hour 45.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, man, shit. I was like, I'm so sorry. I needed one of those, just like time alarm things to cut me off and whatnot. But hey, we'll learn for the next time.
Hey, it happens. It happens when the vibes are vibing. Christy broke down just like how to have better time management. I think that is something it never really goes away. You kind of have it. You start to scale. You got to build your calendar out again. You start to
Mhm.
scale. Something else happens again. And then she talked about having tons of difficult conversations
Yeah.
because as you start selling to a colder audience, you got to pick up the phone more. Like there's going to be a lot of different things that you'll be troubleshooting, and most of the people that are in the group, like no one was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, right? Like
Mhm.
most of the people that are in a group are just like, I'm really fucking great at what I do clinically, and we've got to teach them business skills, and a lot of that comes down to the communication.
Yeah.
And dude, fucking physical therapists, we're all fucking people pleasers, bro.
Yeah.
We're all people pleasers.
Guilty as charged. No, but no, I think the communication skills will be able to kind of impact so many different parallels of the business, because it's like at any given point in time, like as you continue to grow and expand, like you need to have difficult conversations, whether it's dealing with customers asking for refunds, or even like hey having understanding how to have a difficult conversation with an employee, right? If we need to let somebody go, or if somebody's asking for a raise, how do we have those conversations? And the better of a communicator you are at it in terms of like understanding tonality, having letting them go first and before you go, I think those are all like very very valuable skills to have, as you continue to grow beyond just yourself.
Yeah, people. I had a handful of people come up to me. It's like all that I got from that presentation was that fact that Christy really runs shit, and I'm like, pretty much.
Facts.
We went into lunch, and I can't speak to lunch because I had no appetite.
Yeah. Bro, the main thing that I took away from lunch, they had these big ass cookies, man. I swear to God, the cookies were the size of my face. And I had one of those cookies. It was next to one of the sandwiches I had. The cookie was larger than the actual sandwich in and of itself.
I will say, who Nevin was like, brother. I was wondering if you guys use the same cookie provider because the Orlando cookie was just
Was
as
also
good.
massive.
Was massive. It was delicious. I didn't. I hit like a quick like little turkey sandwich and I ate a cookie
Mhm.
to get me past. But on the second day, I did eat the full lunch. And did you eat the shrimp?
I
The
did.
gr-
I liked it, dude. It was a
Dude,
little black and shrimp. Yeah.
yeah, the blackened shrimp was fire. Um, and then the ham with like the roasted pepper sandwich that
Uh-huh.
was good.
Yeah. Honestly, I was very, very happy with the food.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, man. The shout outs to everyone that came to the first GGC live event. And when they first came to the first GGC live event, they came to this one as well. They were like, "Yo, they upgraded." They upgraded. We got that comment, and I would say the venue I thought was, dude, if we could host in that venue all the time, that was perfect.
Yeah. The venue was sick. So nice, man.
Yeah, but we had a corner room that was overlooking the Austin skyline, and you could
Mhm.
see the park as well. Yeah, I have no idea how the hell Christy finagled all that, but lunch was sick because like we had like the seats to watch the presentations, and then there was
Uh,
like kind of dope couches and
yeah.
stuff like that to sit on the side. But I did not like, I always expect people to connect and stuff like that.
Mhm.
In Orlando, we played like background music. I couldn't hear any of my R&B playlists.
No,
It was
everyone's yapping.
conversations were flowing, so that was super awesome.
Yeah, I would say like one of the things that I think it was like Aaron put in the Wins channel that will like made me feel really good. He was just like, let me see what he put. He was like, "Yo, thank you guys so much for making my friend feel welcome at the event." One of our mentees, he had brought somebody that wasn't part of the group to the event, and this guy, he had been in multiple different masterminds and conferences and stuff like that in the past, and he was basically like, "Hey, like this was probably one of the ones that he'd like." What do you say? He said he's never felt so connected and welcomed by people in a group as he felt this weekend. And he's like, "Hey, that's a testament to the group and the energy we give to each other across the board." And so I love that, man. It's just like, hey, like anybody who's new that that isn't part of the group, we always just want to make sure, hey, like they feel connected and part of the group. And like I think shout out to all the members in our group that made other people kind of feel welcomed in this way as well too.
Yeah, we had that question come up a couple of times because one, you just have to be there for the weekend. I hate to say it, but like, man, even though I was not feeling amazing on day one, it's still so easy to like get into a good convo. Still so good
Mhm.
to feel the vibes. And people are like, yo, what's gonna happen as this gets bigger? Because someone straight up looked at us and says, like, yo, this is gonna be 200 before you know it. Like the
Yeah.
amount of value that's you guys bring and like the amount of results that people are getting, this is gonna be 200 before you know it.
Just like the community in and of itself, man.
Yeah, and I think like the one thing that's like super unique with our group, it's that like it doesn't matter if you're doing like 75K a month, like it doesn't matter if you're doing 100K a month, like you have someone that's like making a shit ton of money still talking to someone that's just getting started and
Mhm.
they don't think any less of them. And I
Yeah.
like that kind of energy, right? Because
It's not clicky.
it's not clicky. And like once you feel like you hit a certain revenue range and like, sure, I want you to walk with your chest a little bit prouder, but you should never look down on anyone. You should always be pulling people up. And you can always learn from other people, you
Yeah,
know?
for sure. Well, I think also too is just like the type of people that we attract into the group as well. Is just like it's just always good vibes. Like we had two PTs that didn't own businesses, but they were sent over by one of our old buddies, Nick. And they were like, "Yo, like this event was dope." They're like, "Yo, I can understand why like Nick sent us here to kind of like hang out and learn from you guys." And a lot of people also like, "Hey, like." This didn't even feel like a business like didn't feel like a work trip. Just literally felt like, hey, I went to go hang out with a bunch of friends for the weekend. And so what better way than to combine learning how to make money, evolving the business along with, also hanging out with cool people at the same time.
Yeah. And also like shout outs to Nick for sending his clinic directors to come to the event. But bro, next time bring someone that isn't such a weapon at pickleball. That dude is,
Dude,
they
David, yeah. Oh my goodness.
they
Savage.
were he's good, right? Like was
He's
that
good. Yeah, and he doesn't even play pickleball. He's a tennis coach.
dude? Because I was just like I was watching him play, and I'm like
Yeah.
David. I like seeing him play, but David played like a couple singles games. I'm like, brother, Blake is not catching this man.
Yeah,
No,
David's good.
yeah, I was just like, these guys are fucking savages. Came back from lunch. I did a presentation on personal brand, and I work with the agency or like a group that Caleb Ralston started. And if you're unfamiliar with Caleb Ralston, he's kind of like the personal brand guy. He was one of the guys behind Gary Vee, and then he was someone that I think Alex Hormozy might have poached from Gary Vee. And for us right now, it's like we're scaling a lot of different businesses with our practice, our education, and also GGC. I needed to figure out how to build my personal brand. So I presented on the stuff that I've been learning from him. We broke down just like what do you want the people to do after they consume your content, and we went very tactical, putting down like specifics, then talking about content ideas. And I like finishing up with always like trying to get people better in front of a camera.
Mhm.
So shout out to the three volunteers at the end that offer themselves to work on their speaking,
It
which
was
is
so
funny.
good. Yeah, because I think a lot of times, like we don't really understand how our overall tonality and how we actually speak comes across until we go through some sort of exercise like that. So I think it was very insightful, super super funny.
What do we it's basically, I got it from my public speaking coach, Vin.
Yeah.
You put three like signature kind of movie lines up.
Hmm.
One of them was like a Taken line that Alex did. It's like, I will find you and I will kill you.
Hmm.
Right? Like you're essentially picking these movie phrases or lines that really require you to have good tone
Yeah.
and good rate of speech, good volume, high, low, etc. And you start to realize it's like, oh, if I say this in my normal voice,
Hmm.
it really doesn't work. But if I say this and I start to add pauses here and there, it makes everything so much more powerful. And I think a lot of people have like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 clinical skill set,
Hmm.
but their delivery and presentation is like a fucking 3 out of 10. And if you can get that presentation up clinically, it just gets amplified.
100%. So there was the Taken quote. There was the Joker from the Batman quote. It's like, why so serious? What was the first one? The first one was like a love scene. I was like, what movie was that from? Do you
It
know?
was When Harry Met
When
Sally.
Harry met. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, I got the quote right now. There's
yeah. I was like, I was like, man, this is deep, dude. I was like, should I put this on my wedding vows?
yeah. I love that you get cold when it's 71 degrees outside. I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. And I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose when you're looking at me like I'm nuts. I love that after I spend a day with you, I can still smell your perfume in my clothes. And I love that you're the last person I want to talk to before I sleep at night. And it's not because I'm lonely, and it's not because it's New Year's Eve. I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want to start the rest of your life as soon as possible. But we're just like, we fucked around with so many different ways of saying it. Shout out to
Yeah,
Christopher coming up for that one. But you can add a pause, increase the volume, decrease the volume. That
yeah.
completely changes what
How it
is.
comes across. Yeah, so good, so good.
Oh man.
And then what happened? Yeah, after that we went to pickleball. What was it? Ant's beer cave.
Oh no, no.
Uh,
Did we hit the Q&A that
oh yeah, yeah. Oh sure, yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. Pause. Rewind. Rewind. Q&A. We brought up a couple of our mentees, and kind of just talked to them a little bit about their journey so far in terms of where they were before versus kind of where they are now. Some of the biggest things that they struggle with. I think a lot of the common themes that kept coming up. One, obviously, lead gen. The next thing was like mindset. I think that was huge in terms of like just people were like, hey, I didn't really understand how to go about viewing things in a certain way that they said has been really really helpful with that. So that was awesome. People got to ask them a couple different questions, and it was mixed bag of people with like different monthly revenue ranges. So I think that was cool to see. And then we got the awards, man. Talk to us
got
about
the
the
award?
awards.
Award. I think that in the future, it's just like whoever has like the relationship with like the person given an award. Peter was like, "Yeah, you should do it," because obviously he was your student before in the past, and Dylan got the award. So if you're unfamiliar with Dylan Kumar, absolute savage, regained physical therapy performance out in Oakland, California,
Hmm.
0 to 540K in a year.
Solo provider.
And I think the story is just like, dude, the man went to see like seven like uh, 7 days a week, 50
Hmm.
plus sessions a week. Like he did everything that we ever asked him to do, and like he just absolutely crushed it. Like
He did everything that we asked him to do, but he did it like 5 times faster and 5 times more than what we asked of him.
he said, "You guys told me to get at least 2 workshops in per month. I figured if I get 8, I would grow 4 times as fast. So I did 8." And I was just like, holy cow. But he said something great. He said, I just wanted to see what I was capable of. So I
Yeah.
put everything I could into this first year to figure that out. And, he's got SDR now. He's got a full-time PT, and he's slowly
Hmm.
offloading himself. He's like 40 sessions a week right now. It's pretty chill. It's pretty chill. I was like, you're an animal. But that kind of work
All
ethic,
about perspective, yeah.
yeah, I think everyone was like, you know what? I don't feel that tired. Um, but the joke was, as I was introducing Dylan, he works extremely hard, and he's not like naturally talented by any means, right?
Mhm.
Like it's not like you don't see Dylan, you're not thinking like, oh my gosh, this guy's freaking got it. He works hard for everything he's got,
Yeah.
and has
Very
a
humble too. Very humble dude.
super humble. And when I introduced him, I was like, "Hey, man, this guy just wanted to be able to afford a haircut every single week." And and I think he's at that place now, right? To
Mhm.
be able to afford a haircut every single week. He comes up and I'm like, brother, like, you haven't gotten a haircut? Because I'm too busy fucking seeing patients, bro. What do I do?
Yeah, I was cracking up at that. Yeah, man, shout out to Dylan, man. Dude's work ethic is insane. But yeah, I think it really just kind of goes to hopefully show some people that were there. It's like, hey, like what is possible when you actually, put your mind to it and you actually, end up taking action. So yeah, shout out Dylan, man.
Yeah. And then our GOAT Givers Award.
Yeah,
GOAT has in quotations, and it's supposed to be go givers, people that always just give to other people.
yeah.
But man, energy is currency, and these people fucking make it rain for our community. So
Mhm.
huge shout outs to Andy Noel, Nicole Garlett, and Alex Samuel. Man, if you are on a wins channel, I don't think there's a single win that doesn't have any of them, like at least one of them three
Yeah, commenting on it. Yeah.
commenting. They're constantly like helping other people as well with stuff. So it's just like, I don't know. We didn't know what awards we wanted to do, but there had to be something for community, and like these three people absolutely make the community a better place to be. It's obviously like our responsibility to help maintain a culture, but these people I truly believe push the culture forward.
Mhm. It's great because I was looking, the wins channel since that event, there have been more and more people commenting on each other's wins. And I would say a lot of is definitely from, a lot of the, standard that Alex, Nicole, and Andy have said. So shout out those 3 for sure.
Yeah. We took a break and we did Christy found a spot. We had two pickleball courts rented, indoor, outdoor. That place was sick,
It
dude.
was awesome. Ants, I think it was called
And it's beer
Beer
cave.
Cave. Ants
Yeah.
Beer Cave, yeah. But yeah, indoor court, outdoor court. They also had a March Madness special. This was dope. I don't know if you saw it, but they had a basketball hoop there as well too. And the thing was like, hey, if you pay $5, and if you make one shot from the free throw line, you basically get a beer for $5. And if you make both shots, then you basically get a whole pitcher for free.
What?
Yeah. And so there was another group next to us that we're talking about, and they were like, yeah, we just got a white boy who's Mr. Automatic from the free throw line. And so we pull him up every single time. And sure enough, like, I swear to God, I saw them roll up like 4 or 5 times, and dude just goes up, drains with both of them, and $5 pitcher right there. Dude, they were
Dude.
putting down Guinness, man. It was heavy stuff.
Ooh. Yeah, we should have had Brian up there. Like, what in the
Yeah,
world? Brian would have been draining them.
for real. But yeah, it
Uh,
was it was a blast, man. They had really good food trucks out back as well too that we got some pizza from. So yeah,
that corn,
yeah, elote,
the elote pizza, brother. I was looking at that. My stomach hurt, but I was like, I want to. I want to.
fire, so good.
Yeah, my toxic behavior is that I have a stomach ache, but I still want to eat the thing. Still
Yeah.
want to do the things.
But yeah, pickleball was a blast, man. I turned on my Garmin watch for that. I think we played for like 2.5 hours. I burned like 1,000 calories. It was mostly doubles we were playing. I played one game of singles with Blake, and man, Blake worked me, man. I was running around all over. It was crazy. I was
Yeah.
breaking a hot sweat and everything. But it was a lot of
No, Blake definitely had that swagger. My favorite part, honestly, was it was probably because I came back to life.
fun.
The evening, Saturday evening, we just kind of chilled on the patio of the hotel,
Yeah,
and the patio was gorgeous.
it was.
Like,
Yeah,
the
right on the lake or river, right?
yeah, right on a lake and river, overlooking the skyline. The furniture was dope, nice ambient lighting. I think there was live music there too,
There
which
was
was
live
awesome.
music there as well. Yeah.
And no chill red wines, but the wine was flowing.
Yeah.
Everyone was just kind of like kick back, relaxing. And we had a couple of hooligans stay out to 3 a.m., but we'll let them tell their story. Oh geez. Oh geez.
Um, I was thinking back on this. There's one thing that I wish we had done that we did not. We didn't remember to do. So, the very first live event, we ended up buying everyone around the tequila shots,
Oh,
and I wanted to do that going in, but I completely forgot. But man, next time tequila shots for everyone for sure.
oh, geez. I had to stick with like an Aperol spritz during the pickleball, and then yeah, once we got back to the hotel, I don't know, something clicked. I'm like, I'm good now. I'm good.
We're good.
7 hours
Second
sleep, and the second day was we just went through it. But second day, I think one of the highlights is just like watching. We had a guest speaker, Young, who's an absolute savage.
win.
Uh, he talked very tactical about how to build a strategic plan and how to execute on it, how to measure progress, how to
Yeah.
take more risk, strategic risk, right? Not just like risk for the sake of risk. How do you know when to make a pivot, etc.
Mhm.
And it was a great talk because I think it was the exact talk that a lot of people needed in a
Yeah,
group.
for sure. I mean, one of my big takeaways is really to like don't be afraid to fail. I mean, the dude is super successful. He's got like 14 different businesses that he owns or is a co-owner of. But I think he said he's like started like 30 or 40 businesses, which means he's failed, more businesses that ended up shutting down than he currently has. And so a lot of it really just kind of goes to show you guys like, hey, it's completely fine. Like everyone who's successful, right, does very well. They have had a lot of failures along the way, and it's just part of the learning process. Part of the journey. And I know for sure, like, I think it's just maybe ingrained in the like us as physical therapists, but I know a lot of us all kind of like feel like, hey, we are almost perfectionists, and everything has to be perfect, and in reality, it ends up working against us a lot of times.
Yeah, he's got a essentially what he's got a holding company,
Mhm.
and he partners with people that are thought leaders within a respective industry. The thought leaders, the industry experts create the product, and then he creates the system on the back end to help support the product. So he's got everything from pool cleaning to tattoo removal, tattoo
Yeah.
creams, etc. But the one thing I really liked is he was very empowering. He's like, "Hey, you guys are all good at a very specific business skill, which is diagnosing the problem, using an intervention, seeing the outcome, and then knowing whether or not you need to pivot from that.
Yeah.
That is literally what business is all about." And I think having that frame from someone that's outside of the industry was very empowering for the group.
Yeah. Super good. I had no idea he lives in Texas or lives in Austin. Austin
Yeah,
local.
yeah. Hour away. From there, we went. Peter did a ads talk where we broke down like just new updates to what ads looks like because Meta is always making updates.
Mhm.
But then we did a live ad.
Yeah, that was honestly probably my most favorite part, So the second ads talk was really more so kind of just like an implementation workshop. So everyone there, they got to actually film about 3 to 5 ads. We walked them through everything from like the different types of hooks that they could do to the body as well as even editing. And I think one of my most favorite parts about that was actually seeing like 3 to 5 people actually go ahead and launch those and post those live. I think that was like one of the coolest things. Like, hey, like they did it, and then they immediately launched it right there and there. So a lot of times, like hopefully, it just shows them, hey, like it doesn't have to be perfect. B, it doesn't really have to take that long. I think a lot of times people get almost overwhelmed in terms of thinking, hey, how long of a process is it going to take? And so yeah, hopefully we start to see some of those ads that we filmed in the hotel actually start to go live and everything. Yeah.
And then the last thing, it's like, yeah, we always try to be freaking honest with you guys, right? Like, we're not going to tell you that you're going to join our group and you're never going to burn out and things are going to be so easy because that's all bullshit. I did a talk on just like longevity as an entrepreneur. And I tell you this as someone that's listening, it's like the path is not easy. It is very, very difficult. And a bunch of people that aren't actually running businesses are going to tell you they're going to get you to this XYZ so quick and it's going to be so freaking easy. No, half the people in our group are at a phase where they're working their asses off, but they're one or two key hires away from getting a ton of their time back. And that talk is just meant to spark people back up to realize like what they're doing is they're on the right path. And there's a couple of things that we can add on to what they're doing, or a couple of things that even subtract that will make the path and the journey a lot easier for them. But man, we don't want to sugarcoat it. We want to be as realistic as
Yeah.
possible. And I think the handful of people that have joined, we're always talking to people. It's like, yo, we like that you guys just keep that shit real, right? Like you guys will literally straight up be like, yo, it was a fucking rough ass week for business. And business is difficult. Burnout is a part of it. And the more that you try to avoid burnout, or the less that people actually talk about these things, the more you stay stuck in that fucking cycle. So
Hmm.
I think
Yeah,
the vibe that we deliver were crazy because everyone was just like, I'm fucking ready to run through a wall
yeah.
by the end of the weekend.
That should be the energy and the vibe that you feel after a conference. Though I think that's one of the big benefits of the conference is to kind of get that immediate injection of motivation and kind of just start crushing it. But yeah, like business stuff. I think I on like one or two of my presentations at the end, I was like, a lot of it just comes down to how well you react to adverse scenarios and situations that do occur, because it will occur at any given point in time. And I was just sharing with Andy right before this call. I was like, "Yo, this week I'm getting put through the ringer." I had 3 out of our 4 SDRs are out sick. One's in the hospital, 2 have like bacterial infections and stuff. So I was telling them, I was like, "Yeah, I'm back on the phones today, ripping dials and stuff." And is it something that I want to be able to do? No, but it's just something that is necessary for me to do today. Absolutely. And so, shit's gonna happen, and all you can do is just roll with the punches, man.
Facts. Holy crap, we ran through that freaking quick. Didn't know if we are gonna get to the end of day 2, but yeah, I just want to say I'm super grateful.
Yeah.
Community is fucking ripping. It's not just like, it's cool to see fucking people grow their businesses. It's even better to see people grow as people.
Yeah. I love that.
Let's get it. We're gonna have another event coming up soon.
We got a couple of recommendations for GGC Maui,
Okay.
GGC Vegas, um, GGC Thailand. Shit.
Thailand. Oh no, but we're gonna take a week before we announce anything,
Yeah.
or plan anything. But appreciate y'all, squad. Gotta hop on this call. I gotta see a bunch of people that just saw this past weekend for a call. Let's
Let's
get
get it. Peace.
it.